Morning, Coach G, Radical Man Show. Let's get to work, guys. Let's get these shares out. Help me out, guys. You see the post pop up? Give it a share for me. Doing a few more. Just a couple shares to get out of here. There we go. Found it. You got a good one. Brother Scott, how you doing? Scotty too hotty. Few more posts, guys. Few more posts. I'm getting faster, though. You got to give me credit, right? Bro's getting a little bit faster. Funky Friday, Scotty! Got about 2 more shares left, guys. Last one. And y'all gotta be a little deaf if you don't think like this beat is freaking killing it right now. Like, did y'all hear this beat? I get this joint. This is like mine, but it's hot. Like, right? Y'all catch up with me sooner or later. Yo, we're going to kill it today, though. We're going to end this week with one heck of a bang, guys. Thank you, Scotty. You know I'm trying to keep the standards up, though, man. I mean, hey, bro, I see the work you're doing. By the way, guys, my man Scott Hall right here. No, not like the wrestling guy kind of deal. But this brother right here, he's probably one of the most gifted artists I know. And I think he's like freehand. I haven't seen a Disney character yet this guy cannot do. And he does a heck of a lot more than just that. This beat right here, guys, none other than by my brother, Scott Living Global Hires, right? The great part is, look at this, I'm sharing this all with people that I've been connected with, guys. So now you know a great artist. You guys know a great person that works on the beats. Anything that I come across, you guys get. That's what it's about with the Man Show. Men share with men. All right, let's get rocking and rolling. Let's get rocking and rolling, brothers and sisters. I know it's a couple of you ladies out there right now, but here's the talk for today. Plans versus purpose. Which one takes precedent? Now, here's the deal. This is a pretty deep topic for me because I wrestle with this so much. As a matter of fact, anybody, if you guys know my story to any degree whatsoever, I dealt with a couple compulsive habits, right? Whether it was about sex, porn, prescription drugs, doesn't matter. I dealt with a lot of that kind of stuff. But in that process, and even when you're not dealing with a compulsive habit, maybe the compulsive habit is you just trying to make money. Maybe you're big on whatever you're doing. What's happening, Brother Marcus? I see you, man. My man kills it in the real estate game right now. He flips house like nobody's business. So he probably can understand that he probably wakes up with an agenda every single day on what he has to get done, how he's got to get it done, what he's going to do to get it done, right? Those are the plans that are in place. Now, the reason he has those plans in place, and the reason we all got plans in place, ultimately, those plans are to further a purpose. The problem becomes when we allow the plans to overcome the purpose, right? Let's break that down just a little bit right now. Break that down just a little. What do you mean when we say the plans overtake the purpose? How many times have you guys ended up at the end of the day and you realize you've done everything on your to-do list, but you didn't get nothing done that was really important and that you really needed to get done. Maybe you had the day and knocked out phone calls, visited the people professionally you had to see. Who knows? You went through the list. And then by the time you made it home, you realize you haven't had like maybe 2 minutes of face-to-face contact with your significant other. Maybe you're getting home and the kids are already asleep. You haven't connected with them at all during the course of the day. Hey, Rachel, I see you out there, girl. I told you some ladies out here, right? But this is what we're talking about when we say plans versus purpose. Again, for somebody like myself who deals with compulsive habits, we got to keep these under guard. Plans is critical for us. Plans is like the make or break almost for us. If we wake up without knowing what it is we're going to do, then that just leaves us plenty of time to go back into whatever we're trying to break free of, right? It could be negative thinking, could be, a compulsive habit, could be an addiction, anything along those lines. But if you wake up without the plan, then it's hard to sometimes carry out the purpose. But let's flip that though a little bit. We gave you that first example about it. What about the other example that you guys have with it, right? When you look at your plans versus purpose, how many of you guys have never even accomplished anything related to your purpose because you're trying to make it fit into your plans? Does that work for anybody? Listen, right now is nowhere near part of my plans. Like, a lot of you guys know how my first week started out, maybe first week and a half. I got my dry erase board. We're going to get back to that because there's good notes that I put on there that I want to make sure you brothers and sisters get. But it's the dry erase board. I got the whole scenery set up. I used to have I got this going on with the iPad. I got a separate camera set up in the corner right now. I got my laptop for the shares. Like, there was a plan. It was like a fixed order that went into it. And then I started realizing some things in my life conflicting with my plan. Like, even today, guys, my plan has not been to speak to you guys from my dining room table and give it to you guys. As a matter of fact, if I look at what my plan was just for approaching you guys, it would be that, okay, George is going to be shaving, he's going to be dressed, he's going to be all nice and clean, ready to go out here and kick the day. And guess what, guys? I'm none of that right now. Maybe you guys can tell I got the 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock shadow building up right now, right? But forget about this shirt because I just got done working out. So I'm really pretty sweaty and funky right about now, right? Like, again, not part of the plans and how I'm going to meet, but I had to realize this. If you focus on the plans, I just might not have an opportunity to be able to accomplish my purpose. And when this whole thing started, the purpose of me having the Radical Man Show and communicating with men across the globe via social media is not so much that I just want you all to have certain skills and certain tools, if you will. It wasn't so much for me to make sure that you see me with a dry erase board and then I got multiple cameras being displayed and you see the growth of technology happening around me. None of that is really the purpose. My purpose was to make sure that men have a place and women have a place. You're going to keep calling me on that, Rachel, and I'm going to help you. Thank you very much. And I see Donna join as well. A lot of ladies on the call today. That's what's up. But still, what was my purpose? My purpose was to make sure that I brought out meaningful content to connect to men who deal with compulsive habits. Doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't matter how you look. Doesn't matter what color you are. What doesn't matter what ethnicity you are. Doesn't matter what compulsive habits you deal with. Heck, maybe you don't deal with a compulsive habit, and maybe you're just a guy that's like, I'm stuck in a rut. Bottom line is, the purpose was to make sure that I had something to deliver on a daily basis. Just for that, the purpose was not based around my look. I didn't go out and buy like 3,000 t-shirts to make sure this thing floated right every single day. The purpose wasn't to make sure that I'm always looking so prim and proper every single time. And for those of you all who know me, you all know that's a pretty big thing. Like, if you ever worked with me before professionally, you guys know that I'm like to kind of be like at that 9, 10 range, at least in my presentation, right? But again, that's all about my plans. Because how often did I plan to look a certain way, but my purpose wasn't fulfilled in performing a certain way? So now, what does this mean, Coach G? Okay, I get it. You're talking about that your purpose should probably be more important than your plans. But how am I supposed to take this? How do I move on with this? How do I carry this information moving on to the next slide? And I want to talk to you in a couple different dimensions about this, okay? First off, I got to talk to you just about you. a lot of us out there, for the most part, we're caught in between one of two areas. Either A, I ain't got no plans. Kind of shiftless. Just out here floating. Whatever comes my way, I deal with it, I move on. The other group of people out here are the ones that maybe always operate with a plan. Always operates with a plan. My mom, prime example of that. Always operates with a plan. And depending on the individual, your purpose gets accomplished by just carrying out the plan. But for me, that doesn't always work. As a matter of fact, guys, in addition to like the purpose of this, like part of my plan isn't to have one of my kids come in pop in the middle of my video. But best believe, because I got my babies with me, that probably that will happen. But I got to remember, what's the plan of this? The original plan said, I'm going to do this uninterrupted kind of deal, right? So I have, not get distracted. I can give you guys clear and concise information. But again, when I go back to the purpose of not just why I'm doing this, and I look at that purpose of being able to connect with men, who am I to not connect with men at a position and at a place when I'm probably exhibiting what most men want? How to manage the dynamics of doing what it is we're passionate about, meeting with you guys every single day, and taking care of our loved ones at the exact same time. There's even a group of you all out there that say, you know what? Screw my purposes. I got to do A, B, and C. These are the knockoff points right here. And you know what? Whatever that takes, I got to get that done. If that means I pull the 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. grind and I don't see nobody for the next 3 or 4 years, then I get it. Cool. And you know what? More power to you. Like seriously, more power to you. Again, my wife operates with purpose more often than planned, and I love her for it. It's difficult for me to adjust to it sometimes because, again, guys, I told you all, I'm a very kind of planned person. Right? I do not like moving without knowing how the next step is going to look. I do not like operating in my life without knowing how am I going to get from point A to point B. And over the past, I'll say, month and a half, my wife is giving that to me like full frontal. Right? Like we started out with a plan. She's moving to the West Coast. Our plan was California. She pops up, Nevada. Whoa, that's not part of the plan. Well, whoa. What was the purpose? And that's where she got me. Where was the purpose? What was the purpose of the move? We need a new environment. We wanted a new atmosphere. We needed to be in a new circle of individuals. We needed a place where we can just kind of be together, regroup, build again. The whole purpose. Purpose. Guys, listen. I'm in a position as a lot of you all, right? I mean, look, just because I'm a coach and I work with men across the world don't mean I'm floating around in money all the time. I still got expenses. I still got bills. Like, I still help out in multiple households. And these past couple days, guys, like this past week or so has just been really freaking rough. And I got to tell you that I've appreciated this rough part of it. Why? Because now all my summer plans have gone to hell. No, you're absolutely right. I'm serious. My summer plans have completely gone to shit. Like, my summer plans was about getting my kids down here. There was going to be like a pool every other day. We're going to drive to this place and that place. We were going to, I was going to set them up in this like, kind of like jiu-jitsu program kind of deal for them, the whole nine. I was supposed to be like knee deep in my clients at the same time, juggling my weekenders coming in to visit me as well, and all these other things, right? My son, my oldest son, she's supposed to be working right now. Right? Maybe engaged in sports. I mean, maybe at a different place in terms of his collegiate pursuits right now. But guys, the plans went to hell. I'm sitting here right now talking to you guys and my battery's dead outside. Not driving a single place. And on top of that, it's like 90 plus degrees outside right now, right? And yesterday, just to kind of demonstrate the power of that, me and my family, me and my kids, we're getting together, had to all rally them around. I'm like, look guys, we're going to go for a walk. And they're like, okay, where are we going to walk to? And I'm like, I don't even really know. And they're like, well, I want ice cream, and I want this, and I want that, and any other way we want to get this is what? Hop in the car, and it's so easy. When you operate with a plan, let's not mistake that, right? Like, it is so freaking easy to navigate through life. Scott, Rachel, you guys are making the best statements right now. Thank you all so much for what you guys are contributing right now. Because that's the truth of the matter, right? When we make plans, it's to make our life more comfortable. Plans give us a level of being like assured in what we're going to do. Plans let us know that nothing's going to go wrong as long as I stick to what? The plan. And even if the plan carries me to different areas, because it's part of the plan, I'm comfortable with it. Yesterday, the plan went to crap. And me and my kids are outside and we're walking. And lo and behold, we look up on like this shortcut out of nowhere. I'm like, what? I thought this was blocked off, gated off. My son's like, no, Dad, they tore it down a while ago. And I'd always come like, all right, cool. So we're still walking. And before we know it, we're at Chick-fil-A. And let me tell you guys right now, any of you guys got kids and they're hollering about ice cream, you all scream for ice cream this summer, get their butts to Chick-fil-A and let them suck down a shake. They got up there, sucked down the shakes, just as happy as they went and got the ice cream they wanted for the day. And then we're having to make this commute and this walk back, right? And again, guys, listen, the walking thing, forget about my like 5 years of doing door-to-door sales. Forget about the fact that my two youngest ones are in like the concrete jungle for the past couple years in New York and got to walk freaking everywhere. Nobody wanted to do any walking yesterday. I mean, from the 17-year-old to the 8-year-old to the 6-year-old to the 38-year-old didn't want to do any walking yesterday. And believe it or not, I actually delayed, catch that now, I delayed my purpose because I was trying to make the plans fit. We could have left at any point in time of the day and been out. But instead it's what, 7 o'clock at night and I'm just now getting my kids out of the house because I spent the entire day trying to wait on plans. Listen, plans have a place. And most assuredly, hey Adrian, plans have a value. Like, let's make that perfectly clear. Your plans will never, ever supersede your purpose. There's always been uncharted, unplotted areas, not just in our life, but in our minds and in this world, that there's no way to plan around it. You know, life is one of the most chaotic and giving things that, like, life can either cause so much destruction and chaos, or it'll seem like it's gift wrap for you. You don't know what you're going to get from one day to the next. Some days you're going to wake up and you're going to be like, woo, let's go, life is great. Other days, no. Because it's simply life. But what I'm asking you all is that let's not look at the plans for the day and how they got so jacked up. Let's not look at the missed opportunities. Let's not look at trying to be able to figure it out before we've done it. You know, I'm going through part of a process right now, and it's like a 3-part process I'm dealing with right now. And on the third leg of it, you know, we've gone through as a group the first 2 parts without knowing what was coming ahead of time. And yeah, because we didn't know, and then we had to learn what was going to be what we had to know, it may have caused us a little bit of maybe discomfort, maybe a little extra work on our end. So here we are in the third leg of it. And now pretty much everybody knows, you know, the plan. What do I mean? They know what the assignments are going to be. They know what's required. They did all the research, did all the Googling, right? They said, screw going through the whole thing. We're going to do that part. But now I get to know what's ahead of me right now because I want to know. Guys, one of the hardest issues, the hardest conflicts, one of the greatest conflicts you're going to have. Conflict isn't the right word. One of the greatest areas of release that you will ever have is when you let go of trying to figure out the unknown and simply appreciate it for what it is. You see, you only fear the unknown, or you only want to know what's coming simply because of fear. That's it. We got to be so assured on the next step in front of us simply because of fear. And where does fear come from, guys? Yeah, I'm bringing it right back. Our 3 E's. Your ego, your emotions, your experiences. That's what our fear is about. And what trumps the fear? Simply trust. Not some miracle conversation. Not seeing everything work out for you, picture perfect. But simply about trust. So what I'm asking you all, and I know this is a difficult one for a lot of people, especially going into the weekend when you should probably have thousands of plans already set. I'm asking you to identify, what is the purpose? What was the purpose of you getting up and going to the gym, but now it's raining so you can't go to the gym? What was the purpose? What's the purpose of you wanting to do something kind for your loved ones, but your loved ones threw off the plans because they woke up with an attitude right now and they're not ready to be in the most receptive place for what you want to give them? What was the purpose? What is the purpose of your recovery and growth past recovery? Your personal development? What's the purpose of that if the plans don't work? What if the call doesn't happen? Case in point, guys, Monday coming up, I hold 2 calls on Mondays, right? I got my Mindset Monday group call, and I have this call as well, Coach G's Radical Man Show that's happening on Monday. And because I got to help one of my good friends at the hospital, I can't make it. And here's the deal. I try to fit these plans so right. Like, I'm like, oh. And I found myself wrestling between sticking to the plans and do I help my brother get to the hospital? When it's said like that, it almost seems like there's not really much of a decision to be made. Now, don't get me wrong. For everybody, it's not going to be that easy. Maybe this right here represents the starting point of your new job, new career, new romance, new commitment to your body. And then you have something that comes around that you think derails the process. And I'm here to tell you right now, the sooner you are clear on your purpose for the completion of the plans, the sooner your eyes are going to be open to realizing that there's more than one way to achieve that purpose. It's like saying I got to make it to Gold's Gym to get a workout, and I haven't been to Gold's Gym in I don't know how many years, but I get a workout in almost every single day. Because the purpose was to do what? Like, seriously, it was a purpose for me to spend 10 to 30 bucks a month to be in a gym where I may not have access to the equipment that I want at the exact time that I want it, when I want it, that I might feel somewhat, have to deal with other egos being around me as well. That happens at Gold's Gym, Planet Fitness. And I'm not knocking it, that's what you do and you love it there. But for me, the purpose is that I need to get my body as great as I can. I need to have my body conditioned in such a way that at any moment I can do what's required, not just for myself, but for my family. For the men that's part of my brotherhood that I reach out to every single day. So listen, it's a hard one, guys. It's just flat out hard. Everybody doesn't get the lesson. And there are some people out there that are going to be so fixed with the plans that they may never ever realize what their purpose is. I'm asking you right now, for those of you guys who watched, and thank you again for those of you all who shared this video, your purpose supersedes your plans. Your plans is built in a way to eliminate fear. Does that mean your plans are useless? Did not say that. What I said is that your plans do not supersede your purpose. That's what you got to look out for. Scott, you're like, I like to know what's ahead, right? And sometimes, Scott, I know for a fact, brother, you might look up in the middle of your work day and say, you know what? I need to just doodle this real quick. I need to draw this out real quick. Or you might end a call, or you might be in a particular stress moment and you're like, I need to do this right now. Because that's about the purpose. You had no plans that said, look, I'm going to sketch something at this particular time. That wasn't part of your plans. I've seen that you posted too much. I see it. It's almost too spontaneous how it happens. But when it comes out, it aligns directly with your purpose. Directly with your purpose. So listen, guys, your purpose won't always be as pretty as your plans. but your plans will never be as fulfilling as your purpose. Look, I love you guys. I got to get ready. I got 3 kids who are going to be jumping around me pretty soon in a minute, and they getting kind of big. So I got to keep my workout going on no matter what it takes. And I ask you guys to do the exact same thing. Forget about your plans. I want you to know your purpose and be willing to do whatever it takes to see your purpose come through. Yes, Tara, that goes for you too. Tara's one of the coaches I get to work with. Great friend. Love this lady. Wonderful heart. But lady, screw the plans. I want to see full purpose coming out of you. Scott, give me full purpose. Let me just know, like every day you operate, my purpose is coming out of whatever I got to get done. Rachel, same thing. Purpose. What are you guys' purpose? And if you need some help being able to differentiate between your plans and your purpose and how to operate when the plans break down and it's only your purpose, you don't know what the hell to do, let's have a talk. Real easy. Call me on the same line, guys, that my mama calls me on. 443-600-9169. Send me an email, guys. George@themindfulhabit.com. Listen, love each and every one of you guys. I never planned to say it, but that's just part of my purpose. Get out of here. Kick ass. Peace. Enjoy your weekend, and I will see you guys again live on Tuesday. Peace, brothers and sisters. Later.